Welcome to lesson 1, part 2. So we ended the last lesson, or the last part of this lesson, just quickly going over some of our real basic components of just writing in our console. So now we're going to go over, really quickly go over data types. Hopefully you've already covered that in some of your theory, so hopefully this will be quite familiar to you. But mainly we're going to be dealing with two major types of data, and that is numbers and strings. Now, strings is really simple. Obviously, they're just called strings, which is our words. So the data type is string, and it takes any word from a single letter to full sentences. And so whenever you're creating a variable that is of data type string, you first have to declare the data type, then you name your variable. So we're going to say this is input 1, and then you declare what that string is going to equal. And so that could be my name is Dequaz. And then obviously, because it's an ending of a line, we use a little semicolon. So to repeat that, so we just created our first variable, and it's of data type string. So this is its data type. Its name is input 1, and then we use the equal sign to say that whenever we use input 1, we actually mean my name is Dequaz. So really simply, I can now get rid of that, and I can put input 1 just like that. I'm going to delete that and bring it back over here. Press save, just because it's good habit. Now if I press play, you'll see that it says, it doesn't say input 1, it says my name is Dequaz, because that's what input 1 equals, right? And so if we change input 1 to say my name is Dequaz, I am an all-powerful AI, and we now press play, it changes what's written there. My name is Dequaz, I am an all-powerful AI. Just zoom on up a bit so that you can see. So that's our first data type string. Now numbers get a little bit more complicated. There are 3 data types that we're going to look at for numbers, and they are as such. And input 4. They are ints or integers, floats, and decimals. Now, there are way more than that, obviously, when it comes to numbers, and but these are the 3 most commonly used. Now, what an int? This can be any single-digit number from quite a large way in the negatives and quite a large way in the positives. So they do have size allocations to them, but just know that by default they're given 32 bytes. But so it could be -2, it can be -4, it can be -9,000, it can be +9,000. All of these are valid inputs. Now you'll notice if I go .1, this is not a valid input. See, I got the red little squiggly line because ints can't have decimal places. Now floats, this is can have a decimal place, except it has it's only given a smaller space than an int, so it can be any number that has up to 7 decimal places. 6 decimal places, I think, or 7. We'll see. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, So 7 decimal places. There's a little additional thing though with a float. You have to add an F on the end to tell your computer that it's a floating number, basically. And you can see that if I add too many, it should eventually come up with an error. I don't know how many. Let's see. It might not ever actually give me an error. It'll probably just error out. But anyway, a float is of a certain size. Now, the third one that we'll majorly look at is called a decimal. And now, decimal can be any decimal number. It doesn't need the F on the end, like a float does. It uses a different suffix, which is an M, like so, 1.2 M. Now, the major difference between a decimal and a float is that decimals are more specific than floats. Yeah, more precise is probably a better term. Now, so when it'll take longer for the computer to calculate a decimal, but it'll be more accurate if you're doing lots of calculations. And it does allow you to hold slightly larger numbers. And sometimes there are some functions that are built for decimals, math functions that aren't built to take floats. But larger size than a float, not quite as large as a double, but more precise or in large numbers of calculations than a float or a double is. So those are the three major number types. Now, if you want to see, if we want to write the float, we can actually just put input 4 here. And you'll see that if I press play, it will write the number, 1.2, just like that. And if we change this to 3, you'll see that it will write the other number that we wrote. So I suggest you spend some time playing around with creating variables and exploring how that affects it, and maybe make a little bit of a conversation that engages variables. Now, if you want to have a conversation that includes a variable and other words, something like, let's say, so let's get rid of this line here. And we've got console.writeLine. If I want to say, I am capable of doing input 4 million calculations a second. Now, you'll see that because it's inside these quotation marks, if I press play, I'm going to zoom up on it. It's going to say, I am capable of doing input 4 million calculations a second, right? So if I write I'm going to show you that again in a bit more of an obvious way. I forgot the E line. If I go input 1 here, like that, you see no quotation marks, and I press play, it'll write out, my name is Dequaz, I'm an all-powerful AI, because that is what input 1 equals. But where down here it says I'm capable of doing input 4 million calculations a second. It doesn't put what the value of input 4 is. The way that you get it to do that is by you put a $sign out the front here, a little $sign, and then you put these squiggly brackets here around input 4. And you'll see that it'll cut input 4 out of the highlighting that happens for my string. Now, if I press play, you'll see it now says, my name is Dequaz, I'm an all-powerful AI. I'm capable of doing 1.2 million calculations a second. Like that. Obviously, you can fix it up and make it some full stops, and, probably should have a capital letter there and whatnot. But that's the basic gist. So spend a couple of minutes having a play around with that, and making sure that you kind of get the idea of how to create variables. So create a couple of different variables and play around with using them in conversation. So if I go, the other one that you might, I don't know, you probably, personally, I don't really see a lot of use in car. The car is short for character. I can use that, and that can only be a single character. Like so. I don't know if it needs quotations. It might need quotations. Can only be a single character. What does it say? Yeah, so it can't even be it has to D. Yeah, I mean, maybe it can just be a 1. Can it be a 1? Who knows? I've never even used character. So, oh, no, I remember now. Character doesn't have double quotations. It has single quotations. Like that. Yeah. So you could do that, and now it's a single character. There are uses for that, but obviously you can just do a string. Input 6. That is also a single letter. So yeah, the main time you use character. Anyway, yeah, that's a character. The other major type obviously is Boolean. And Boolean is input 7, and this is obviously a true. No capitals. Or a false. Yeah. So those are the data types. The major kind of data types we'll be using. Obviously, if you were doing a double, it'd be put it there just for input 8, just for the sake of 0.6666, and then like that. And just really weirdly, a double doesn't need doesn't need anything at the end of it. That's the way it is. Yeah, so those are the different data types. So have a play around with writing a little conversation in the console, having a go at trying to incorporate a couple of different types of the data types. Yeah.